between the patch Tuesdays. As Chris mentioned, there is a continuous release process for many, many vendors. And what we do is we go through our catalog every month and I gather together the information about what released since last patch Tuesday. And I show here the updates in 3 different ways. We have security updates with CVEs, security updates without CVEs, where the vendor will tell you, hey, this is a security update, but they don't specifically quote the CVEs they're addressing. And we have things that we lump into the non-security category as well. The number in parentheses represents the number of updates that came out throughout the month, and we'll cover some of these here with CVEs in just a minute. Particularly on Chrome, as you know, we're getting that weekly update these days. Yesterday, as Chris said, we got a Chrome update with no CVE, but throughout the month here, we got an update way back on October 21st to address one vulnerability. We had one right before Halloween here on 10/28 that addressed 20 vulnerabilities, so definitely one you want to take into account. Again, these are all cumulative, so the latest update does include all these CVEs. So if you are patching to the latest version, you are keeping up with this. And finally, we saw an update back on the 5th of this month that addressed 5 vulnerabilities. A couple of other updates throughout the month. We saw a Docker update that addressed 1 vulnerability. A couple of other updates, Firefox, PDF Enterprise Reader. We saw a Jabra Direct, if you're using that particular product in your boardrooms. And we did see, of course, updates from Oracle last month. They have their quarterly CPU, a critical product update, as they call it, every quarter. The last quarter, and there were many, many products updated. But in particular here, we focus in on the Java updates. So there are versions for Amazon Corretto that were updated. These are the long-term service versions, if you want to think of it that way. So 8, 11, 17, 21, and now there's a 25 version that is also being released. So these are the versions that are in long-term support. You can see the vulnerabilities here for various releases and the numbers that are used for Corretto. The numbers vary slightly. This is the actual Oracle Java Development Kit update itself. Keep in mind there's the Java runtime as well as the development side. In general, Oracle has changed up the way development is done. So you won't see the JREs for the more modern versions of Java, 11, 17, 21, and 25. Generally, what they want you to do is compile and build in the Java updates to your products. You won't see on-the-fly runtime environment. These are the updates, though, for the various versions that were released last month. We did see there is a Red Hat OpenJDK as well that runs on the Microsoft systems. Again, similar CVEs and releases you'll see there. Other versions of Windows applications this month, we had an Opera update that fixed 1 vulnerability, VirtualBox, and a Snagit update as well. On the Apple side, since we do patch Apple applications as well as Mac OS with our products, we're running through kind of the same list here. There was a major release across all of the operating systems. I think it was back on November 3rd. You can see here that Sonoma, Sequoia, and Tahoe all got updates. Again, the Apple model is to support Mac OS generally back 3 versions, covering the last 3 years. You can see Tahoe, which is the newest operating system, which was just released last month. There's 105 vulnerabilities addressed. So you definitely want to make sure you keep up to date with that. They do also release a separate version of Safari running on top of Mac OS Sonoma and Sequoia. 21 vulnerabilities there. So when you're running these updates, you want to make sure that you cover the Safari update on those older operating systems as well. Again, quite a few vulnerabilities addressed by Apple this past month. Third-party side, we do see the same Chrome updates, a very similar breakdown in vulnerabilities for Chrome running on top of Mac OS. Like on the Windows side, we also saw an update for Docker addressing that same vulnerability. Firefox, we talked about that one earlier for Windows. There was also a corresponding one for Apple and Mac OS. And finally, an Opera update as well. We did see updates for Microsoft Edge as usual. They do pretty much a weekly update as well. Similar vulnerabilities on the Chromium side here, once again coming from Chromium in the Edge product. We do see a total of 1 update from way back when on the 17th. We saw 21 additional updates here the day after Halloween. And of course, we saw 3 just recently on the latest Edge update.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.